Welcome, I'm Ramon Williamson here with the first look at Intigi. Intigi.com is a content curation and a sharing tool that helps you be awesome in social media. And it works with my favorite social media tool, Buffer app. Now, the way Intigi works is it works based on your interests, which are the topics or the keywords and keyword phrases that you want to keep an eye on. And what it'll do is it'll go out and it'll look at 30,000 different content sources that are built into the software, and it'll pull the best stuff so that you can share in social media. Now, sharing great stuff in social media is important because when you share stuff like infographics or the 7 avoidable mistakes, what's going to happen is it's adding value to your social media audience, but that content also gets retweeted a lot. And so you want to get in the habit of sharing great stuff, not just your stuff, but other stuff that supports your message and focus from throughout the internet. So you go over to Intigi.com, and when you arrive, you're going to sign up for an account. Now you can sign up for a free 14-day account, and then you convert to a paid account. But I'm going to show you how to save 60%, how to get a whole year at 60% discount. So if you were buying into the small business version, which is what I've purchased, you'd be paying $228 for the year. And again, I'm going to show you how to save 60% off of that in just a moment. So let me step you through how this works. First of all, you'll notice here on the screen, the first step in the process when you log in to Intigi the first time, it's going to ask you to connect it up with your social media accounts. So for example, if you wanted to connect it to your Twitter account, you'd simply click on Twitter here, and what it's going to do is bring you over to authorize the app within Twitter. Now, I've already done this, so I'm simply going to back up here, and you'd also be able to do the same thing for LinkedIn and also for Facebook. The other thing that you can do that I really like is you can connect it up with WordPress. So if you've got a WordPress blog, this is very useful because you can actually connect it up with WordPress and then share that content on your WordPress blog. You can also share it on your Blogger account, Expression Engine, and Business Catalyst. Okay, so once you get it set up, the next thing you're going to do is define your interests. Now, defining your interests, what this is really about is creating interests based on keywords and keyword phrases that you want to pay attention to. You'll remember that I've taught you to create a master list of keywords and keyword phrases that relate to your topic and what you're sharing with your audience. And that's what you're going to use here. So let's take a look at creating an interest. And I set up a temporary one there just to test it on book marketing. So your query here would be your keyword or your keyword phrase. Now, if you wanted to search the exact phrase, then you would put quotation marks around it. Just the basics, those words could appear anywhere, then you do that. So if you're using a phrase like book marketing, I actually suggest that you put quotation marks around it, because what's going to happen is you're going to get that exact phrase showing up in the article or the content that's being found by Intigi. So you scroll down, and then the interest name. This is the name that basically you'll refer to, and I just put the keyword itself there. Again, you can create different folders, so you can have folders based on the big topics that you are monitoring. You can determine where the content or the freshness of the content, so the last 24 hours, 7 days, or any time. Okay, I'd test it for the last 24 hours if you are tweeting and sharing content on a day-to-day basis, or the last 7 days. Okay, you want fresh content, fresh stuff to be able to share. You can also tell it to include all of the sources in Intigi using your sources as well, or you can restrict it to your sources alone and then click Create Interest. Now, once you do that, what Intigi is going to do is basically go out and find all of that content, and then it's going to present it to you, okay, so that you can actually take that content and share it. Now, step 3 is tools here, and let me just show you what what's happening here. There are lots of different tools. Now, there's one specific tool here that I found very intriguing, and that is called Moonbird. And this is actually by Intigi. And basically what Moonbird is you type in an article, and I'm actually just going to show you this because I think this is really, really cool. So you type in an article URL here. Okay, and basically what it will do is it will show other people's tweets. So basically what you can do is you can find and follow the people who are tweeting articles that you care about. Now this is really important because this is going to help you find people who are reaching your audience. And there's all sorts of possibilities in connecting with those people. And maybe even you'll find some joint venture partners. You'll find people who maybe will accept a guest blog post from you. There are lots of different ways to use that tool in connecting with others. Now, I'm going to go back to the interest page here. And this is the page where you're going to see everything show up based on the interest that you've typed in. Now, I've typed in one, book marketing, okay, and the source that it's pulling from right now is my blog or my Twitter account. So you'll see here that this Christopher Penn, Awakening Superhero, this is something that I think I tweeted about this or I'm not sure exactly how this is coming up. But if you click on this anywhere within that little box where it appears, you'll see here you can share this via Buffer, Hootsuite, email, Intigi. Intigi also has a timed release, but since I use Buffer, that's what I actually use to share stuff. Okay, now I want to make a big point about this. There are tons of social media tools out there. And so what I do and recommend is you find a core tool that you want to work with. And then what you do is you find supplemental tools that work well or play well with that core tool. I've decided that my core tool right now on the internet for social media is Buffer app. Can it do everything that I want it to do? No, it's not perfect, but it does exactly what I need it to do right now, and it makes me awesome in social media. I can load everything up, okay, and then Buffer app's going to share that content at the schedule that I provide. That works for me right now. That's what I need, and then I can manually tweet or Facebook whenever I want. So I like Intigi, and I'm going to start using Intigi because it flows in with the primary tool that I'm using, and it's not giving me 5 different tools that I got to figure out how to manage and keep up with. That's what wastes a tremendous amount of time in your business. You don't have a system until it's one system, okay? And then you can have supporting things that support that system overall. And that's what Intigi does. And you'll know that I actually never really go over to the bufferapp.com website unless I'm checking, for example, the statistics or the analytics. And I don't check that on a regular basis, just every once in a while when I'm doing a best of. Here are the top 5 tweets, for example, that got retweeted last week, and I'll check it for that to actually create a post. But I actually share stuff through Buffer app. You'll see here on my browser, this is actually the Buffer app button right here, which when I'm visiting a page, I'll share there. My point is that you only want to work with tools that flow well with a primary tool that you've selected, okay, that's going to simplify and make you awesome in what you do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so that's a first look at Intigi. Highly recommend it. Now, I told you I'd show you how to get 60% off. Here you go. One of my favorite websites, AppSumo, I've recommended it before, right now has a special with Intigi where you can get an entire year of the small business option. I believe that's up to 6 interests, and it'll be more than enough for getting started with Intigi. It's normally $228 a year. You'll get it for just $89, 60% off. I've provided you a link under this video. Go get it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.